Are you tired of losing matches that were not even meant to lead to a defeat? Are you confused about which hero to pick while in the draft section? Out here at Kazuki Official, we have seen your pain and decided to ease your suffering and problem. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will talk about 5 meta heroes from each role in mlbb and how they are good and how they are performing in the meta. As you guys know, this video has redeem codes and I want to congratulate the winners of our previous video. Thank you for participating. And similarly, this video will have hidden codes too. Find it from the video and redeem it at kazukiofficialstore.com and your diamonds will be delivered instantly. First, we have the jungle role. And the first hero I want to mention is everyone's favorite hero, that is Gushan. After that revamp a few months back, his popularity is blowing up. He is picked in almost every match. He will still and always be in the meta no matter how much nerf he gets. He is a little hard to master, but I am sure that mastering him is worth it despite how much time you have spent. Here is a tip for all the Gushan players out there. Use your skill 1 and before it hit the enemies, try to use ultimate as fast as possible. If you manage to use it, you will be able to use your first skill 2 times. Lancelot's main would know how he can perform in every stage of the match. His damage is a bit weak in the early game, but with the help of jungle buffs and his passive, he can manage the damage. In the late game, he can easily burst all squishy heroes and can reach enemies' backlines easily with all the dash he has. Also, if possible, try to dash as much as possible with his skill 1 to increase all of his skill damage from his passive. The next hero I would like to mention is Martis. The best thing about him is the immunity and the damage reduction he has when you use his skill 2. And the attack speed from his passive makes him better than anyone in the early game. When using Martis, always check the mark below the enemy before using ultimate. If mark is there, you will be able to deal true damage and eliminate them. And as you know, he gains extra movement speed when getting a kill with his ultimate. Next, I want to include Freya. Have you tried playing her after the recent buff? Jungling with her and also invading in the early game is an easy task for her, since she can spam her skill 2 as long as she has something to attack. I would suggest you guys to try her before she gets more nerf. On to the next, we have Paquito. Paquito can easily harass the enemies as long as he doesn't get disturbed before reaching level 4. With all the combo he has, he can combo up with a different kind and even makes the enemies unpredictable about what will be your next move. In case you are wondering about his combos, you can go check out our previous video about his combo with the link tagged in the top right corner. The next role will be mage or mid. We have Xavier. After adding movement speed to his passive instead of damage, his popularity has increased a lot. And his damage doesn't depend much on his stack anymore, which makes him easier to use and suit better in the meta. To activate his skill 1 and 2 combo, stop using skill 2 first. Do it this way. Aim skill 1 at enemies and try to drag skill 2 as fast as you can in the same direction as these. When you play melee hero, you will know how annoying is Valin. He needs good prediction and also knows how to control the map. He can provide a good vision to the team in each and every part of the map when compared to other mages.
Maybe I should make myself a flaming.
The skill 1 gets reset if you hit an enemy with it. so a good prediction is always needed. Next is Valentina. The ability to copy one of the best ultimates from the team, that's the scary thing about her. She got some nerfs, but she is still getting picked a lot. You will be able to perform well with her as long as you know what you are doing. Always try to take the ultimate of the enemies with the best ultimate, such as Atlas, Diggy, Minsitar and many more. With these ultimates, you will be able to change the outcome of a fight easily. I wanna include Eve since she has a lot of movement speed, poking ability and also a slow effect. When combining the passive of Ice Queen Wand, her skill 2 and ultimate slow effect, you won't be able to move a bit. Her ultimate is also very good for zoning out the enemy. Try to keep on poking the enemies as much as you can. And also slow them down with your skill 2 to annoy them. Coming up next, we have Kadita. The burst damage of her ultimate gives a hard time even to the fighter if they don't get a magic defense. With the CC immunity in her skill 1, it makes her better than any other mage. She can dive into the middle of the team fight and take down enemy damage dealer and escape with her ultimate. Next will be the gold lane role. First we have Moskov. He can be the most annoying despite his small basic attack range. He has a blink effect from his skill 1 while knockback effect from his skill 2 and even stun if it hits the wall. This makes him a badass and even gives Assassin a hard time eliminating him. With the new golden staff, DHS and corrosion scythe, he can easily melt heroes with high durability and defense. Try to take advantage of his ability to penetrate attacks when clearing lane or even in the team fights. Melissa can often give a hard time to his laner, especially because of her skill 2 which can zone enemies out easily. She does require playing safe in the early game since she lacks damage and she can prove to be pretty useful in ganks once you have built your items. Her ultimate will be able to pin the enemies at the wall if you used at the right time like Akai's ult. And then we also have Nathan. Since he deals magic damage from his basic attack, he has a lot of advantage such as ignoring physical defense and builds like Wind of Nature doesn't work on him. Build more magic items as it will increase his basic damage and even his skill damage. And now he gains more damage from magic items. Next will be Clint. He has a huge range from his passive and with his skill 1 which makes it easier for him to farm and clear minion waves faster while keeping a safe distance from his opponent, lowering the chances of getting ganked or getting poked at. When fighting, always start your attack with ultimate so that when you are using other skills, your ultimate will be ready to use again. We also have Beatrix. With different kinds of guns, she can have a lot of advantages. She might not be as good as other MM, but her damage is insane. Since she has 2 ultimates which she can use simply by switching weapons. You can use 3 ultimates at once like this. Use the ultimate of Bennett and before it hit, change the gun after that. You will be able to use 3 ultimates. This will be hard in a team fight, but you can use this when clearing objectives. Moving to the experience lane. First we have Yuzong. His ultimate and his passive are what makes him good. He can easily mark the enemy's damage dealer at ease as he transforms and approaches his opponents. He can easily take out squishy heroes with his CC and passive, which drains life away like he's smoking a cigarette. Here's a trick to activate his passive at once.
What doesn't kill me?
Tap skill 1 and 2, dash forward the enemies before the animation of skill 1 with skill 2 and use skill 3. You will be able to activate it easily just like this. Using Petrify here is also a good choice. We also have Arlot. Arlot can be played as a jungler or even as a side laner. And the good thing about this hero is that he can step inside the back lines and disrupt their position with his ultimate, and the HP regen every time he dashes is what makes him a formidable opponent and a trustworthy hero. Lapu Lapu is weak in 1 vs 1 as his skill animation is slow, but in team fights he will be able to charge at enemies' backlines and spread their formation. He's better if built with tank items to sustain more damage. Next we have Thamuz. With the Vengeance spell, his ultimate and some tanky items combined, he is way too hard to kill and can perform very well in the experience lane. The enemies will have a hard time killing you if you get fed in the early game. I want to include Glue too, as he still performs well in the experience lane with his ultimate. And with his passive, which reduces damage received from the enemy, making him easy to win, and the heal even gives him more advantage. Try to activate his passive before using ultimate so that when you use ultimate, you will be able to attach to the enemies more easily. At last we have the Roam. We have the revamped Minsitar. He is performing so well as a roam after the official revamp. Being able to hook multiple enemies and stun multiple enemies too, and not only that, but being able to block all dash skills with his ultimate makes it a great gank hero, especially now that his ultimate can inherit item effects.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Lolita. She can slow and stun all 5 enemies at once and is also able to block all the projectile skill, making many heroes useless during her skill 2 phase. One good ultimate can change the whole match situation. And as we talk about ulting 5 enemies, we also have Atlas. If your teammate can follow up when you ult, then the fight is decided. Atlas' skill 2 has high movement speed and easy to gank enemies or take fights. Next we have Khufra. The skill set of Khufra is what makes him in the meta. And with the release of new heroes who mostly have dash skills, Khufra can be a real road blocker and block incoming foes. And his skill 1 and 3 makes up for a great initiator and game changing hero. At last we have Baleric. The taunt on this hero is what makes it really hard to deal with. In either 1 vs 1 or 5 vs 5, His taunt can break any team's well-revised formation. And his passive is also another annoyance as it can easily kill any squishy marksman hero. And to make matters worse, Baldric with Vengeance spell will make things worse. What do you guys think of the heroes? Do you have any suggestion in mind regarding this video? Let me know down in the comment section below, as we love to hear the insights and opinion from our viewers as well.
And with that, here are the 5 shoutouts from our previous video. Lord Monjil, Remy Dilapcha, Vesco Virgin, Shadow TV and Gopal.
And that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.